What's up, my friends? Danny Gallows, of course. Welcome back to another vlog. And for today's vlog, I just wanted to take a little bit of time to kind of clear up my stance on feminism in the entertainment industry, Hollywood, the movies, TV, because, I speak out against it a lot. And I know that it can be confusing for a lot of people, but let me use Stranger Things Season 3 as a great example, because look, I do speak out against agendas, the feminist agenda being pushed in TVs and movies, but I do not speak out against strong, independent women in TVs and movies. And yes, I think there's a difference between those two things, and Stranger Things Season 3 really conveyed that really, really well. Well, look, what are some things that do push agendas? Okay, like, you have like Captain Marvel, for example, which is pushing an agenda. And Aladdin. Aladdin is a great example. Let's talk about Aladdin for a minute, right? Okay, they took the character of Jasmine and they actually altered her character around so that instead of her being interested in finding a prince for true love, she was interested in taking over her father's organization because it was time for the man to step down and for the woman to step into the role. And there was a clear agenda that was being pushed in our face. That's what I don't like about TVs and movies that are portraying these women. Because what they're doing is they're portraying these women tearing down men. They're the rising fist, rising up through the movement and knocking everything down in their way because it's time for the woman to take over. It's the year of the woman. It's feminist power and all this stuff. That's what I don't like to see in my movies. Now, in Stranger Things Season 3, there's this great scene between, well, first of all, I mean, a lot of you guys out there have probably seen it already, but all season long, Nancy is standing up to her clearly very misogynistic bosses. Nobody's saying they're not misogynistic. They're a bunch of jerks. I can't swear on this channel, but they're a bunch of jerks, a bunch of clearly misogynistic bosses. And all season long, she's standing up to them, trying to crack this story. But then there's this great scene after she gets fired from her job for being a great reporter and trying to stand up for herself. There's this great scene between Karen and Nancy, or her mother and daughter here. And Karen has this great speech where she's telling Nancy, it's really, really hard out there. The world is really, really hard out there. But you know what, Nancy? You are a fighter. You don't give up. You keep fighting. Go do your thing. Go crack your story. To see the reaction on their faces after you get done, you crack this huge story. So why not? Why not? Go get them. And it was such a great moment. Why? Because Karen was speaking to Nancy not as a woman. She was speaking to her as her daughter. She was speaking to her as a human being. The writers had all the opportunity in the world to use that scene to have Karen be like, it's time for, it's tough out there for women, Nancy. Women, it's time for us to rise up and to take down men and to take our rightful place as the new leaders of company and to show the world that we can be leaders. Women this and men that and men do this and women say that. The writers had all the opportunity to sprinkle all that stuff, to sprinkle that agenda all throughout, but they didn't. They very intelligently just unfolded a story before our eyes. There was no agenda being pushed. There was just a story to watch. There's a story of this very strong, smart, intelligent, independent woman trying to crack a case, stand up against her misogynistic bosses, and then there's this great scene following that with the mother and daughter telling her that it's hard out there, don't give up, keep fighting. Here is a great circumstance, a great situation where feminism, strong, independent women are used correctly in a story. This is how you do it correctly. You display a situation so that people can figure out what's going on for themselves, and then you build the strong, independent female characters around that. You don't push an agenda in front of people. You don't make people, you don't force things down people's throat. You just unfold a story before people's eyes with characters that we can clearly tell who they are and what they're doing, and then we build for ourselves in our own minds that Nancy is a strong, independent woman. Again, I go back to Karen's speech, once again. Karen said, this is a really tough world. Not for women, right? It's a tough world for a lot of people. That's why she only said it's a really tough world out there. That's why she didn't specify women. Because it's tough out there for a lot of people. It's tough out there for minorities. It's tough out there for poor people. And yes, it's tough out there for women too, right? But she told her daughter, you're a fighter. Don't keep up, you're a fighter. Keep going, crack that case, right? So now, instead of the conversation just being about feminism, now it's universal. Now it's for everybody. Now everybody. It's a message to everybody. Yes, she's talking to her daughter. Yes, it's about feminist issues. But the way that the dialogue is conveyed, it's for everybody. Because it's tough out there in the world for a lot of people. But as long as you keep fighting, then eventually something will happen, and eventually that cream will rise to the top. You know what I'm saying? So that's what the speech was about. And again, you know, going back to Aladdin, where they altered the female character to make her push an agenda, right? There's a clear difference between those things. A lot of people think there's not. I think there is. I think there's a clear difference between those two things, the way that, you know, Stranger Things conveyed things, and say Aladdin, just as a random example. And yes, you know, I know that, you know, we have, Max manipulating 11 and Mike manipulating 11 too, but again, that's kid stuff, you know what I'm saying? That area of the discussion, that doesn't really count, because kids do go through that stuff when they're at that age. They do go through that phase where they, you know, the girls start to become really good friends, and they start to pull the guy away from the girl, and they start to frame things differently and put things in a different light. That's why I don't talk about that. Like, I guess you could make an argument that is the writers pushing a little bit of agenda, but to me, again, that's something that I don't see it that way. I just don't see it that way. I just see it as kids being kids and arguing, because you got to remember they're at that age where they're discovering all that stuff. So these arguments are going to come out. So that's really not a good example. But what is a good example is that conversation between Nancy and Karen. Perfect example of how to do feminism and strong, independent female characters right in a movie and a TV series. That's how you do it right. Aladdin, Captain Marvel, that's how you do it wrong. You know what I'm saying? So I think there's a difference between those things. What do you guys think? Leave all your thoughts and opinions down below in the great wide void, and I'll see you guys back here for the next vlog very soon. Later.